You were born to be the hero. Hi, I'm Dr. Zaino with Hero Fuel. With just a few minutes a day, we're going to fuel your mind, your body, and your future. So if you're just getting on right now, or if this is the replay, if you're watching it live, just hit the number 1. If you're doing a replay, put a number 2. And any comments below, put comments below where you're from, and also comment and tag and high five everybody else that's on this live as well. So if this is the first time you met me, everybody's coming on, very cool. If this is the first time you met me, I'm Dr. Chris Zaino, and I have created the I Am Hero Project. Had one of the largest practices, wellness practices in the world, winning Mr. America, Mr. Universe. And I went through my own journey. I went through my own journey that I'm sharing with you through here, that I came upon extreme epiphanies, and today is one. In fact, I love talking about this. This is one of my favorite bits because it's something that was like an aha moment. And I know you'll enjoy it. So please, when you're watching this, hit the like, because the more likes you have, the more engagements we'll get on social media. And also hit the share, because this is always good stuff. Pass it on, and the shares also increase engagements. Also put comments below. I will answer those comments. If I don't get to it live today, I will always go back and answer them as well. So let me fix this camera a little bit. All right, so let's get into it. So it all started where I was going along that journey where I had checked off all the boxes. So I checked off the boxes such as, like we're taught to. So, we all think we have these boxes, these conditioned boxes saying, hey, listen, I want to have this financial freedom. I want to, here's the relationship, here's the marriage, here's the healthy kids, here's the house. It's just kind of like once we hit these things, check, 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 we made it. And if you made it, great. But if you're in the pursuit of it, so let's say you're watching this and you're like, well, I didn't get there yet. Well, this is even more important than you hear it, because I'm going to save you a lot of stress and unfulfillment. So you reach all this and you feel you hit these conditioned goals. But that's the problem. They're conditioned goals, meaning that your life wouldn't be happy if you didn't hit these goals. All right, so that's a big problem where your happiness should go through the journey of it. Then the second thing I realized through this whole I Am Hero project that I developed was, holy smoke, it's not about hitting the boxes. It's not checking off the boxes, because you never end, meaning that you're always creating. Meaning that when you do hit the goal that you think you want, as soon as you go near that goal or hit that goal, all of a sudden you're going to expand and have greater desires. So it never ends. And I found that to be true when I hit what I thought would be the home run and the party. And it really wasn't. It was great, and it still is great. And so going through that, I realized, I just want to be admired for achieving great things and contributing to the world that it's never seen before. And when I looked at the definition of those words, it was the definition of hero. So we've all been born with seeds of greatness, and we're capable of doing heroic things. And I'm saying, wow, that was like the theme of my entire life. Just like you, if you think about the theme of your life, I went back and I was like, I had these heroic things where I was attracted to these heroic things, and most of us were. So I'm like, so what the hell happened? How did I forget? So the thing is, I'm admitting I forgot. And so my whole purpose of the I Am Hero Project for you guys is to get you to what? To remember. This is not personal development where I'm telling you need this or you need that. I'm asking you, remember. Choose to remember, like I'm shaking you out of the funk. Because what's the funk? It's the secret identity. What's the secret identity? It's a less than watered down version of you. What's the secret identity? It's the villain of this entire story. So we like to point at circumstances as they're the villain. But realize the villain's not on the outside, it's on the inside. The villain is the comfort zone. The villain is, just model or living out other people's visions for your life. The villain is you not being your true authentic version of who you were created to be. The villain is like hiding who you really are. The villain is not allowing you to express yourself because you're worried what people will think. So that villain, that secret identity is the thing that holds you back. That's the enemy of the hero. It's not the villain. It's a secret identity. So I'm like, so where did we forget? Because we all forgot. We clearly, and I realized that this is when it happened. So, and now if you're liking this, give me thumbs up, fist bumps. They should have fist bumps, or share this. So here's how it came about. So my son Justice, he's 11 now, and my son Titus, he's 5. At 2 years old, Titus, like myself and Justice did, he started wearing superhero costumes. Iron Man, you name them, all of them. In fact, Woody and I spent, I'll tell you right now what we spent. We spent $120 for Titus's wardrobe for the last 2 to 3 years. Meaning, all that kid, all he ever wanted to wear, sleep in, run around in, and go to school in is superhero costumes. I was like, wow, okay. And then I kind of admired that. I was like, wow, that's pretty sweet. And he's so free and he's imaginative and he's creative wearing his costume. I remember one day he put on a superhero costume that had muscles on it. And when he put it on, he literally, it was the craziest thing. He thought he really had muscles. It was like insane. His whole demeanor changed. He couldn't even talk. He was walking around like a peacock. That's how like he had just hit like level 5 hero at that point. And when we would go to the stores, he'd be wearing his Captain America, his whole costume. Or if you watch any of my We Are Heroes shows, you'll see Titus is always in a different costume. And I would see grown men and grown women, they would get really big eyes and they'd be like, whoa. And I saw it happen. And one day, it was just one of those moments I saw when an adult, their eyes got big, they put their hands on their knees, they got on the ground, like, whoa, are you this superhero? Are you that? And I saw a glimpse of the childlike hero in that adult. Like for just a moment, I saw this true inner attraction of like the inside, who we really are, come out. Their eyes would get big and I was like, wow, that's really unique. I was sitting down, doing my meditation and listening and really coming out with this content. And I realized, well, wait a second. When you look at kids, if you have kids or if you know kids, and let's put it in the 3 to 7 range, because around 7, when they start getting indoctrinated, and we kind of talked about that. Don't raise your hand in school, don't speak out. But in that 4 to 7 range, here's the characteristics you notice in a child. Number 1, they're optimistic, right? Your kids are optimistic. Like Titus put on the Captain America suit with muscles, and he was optimistic that, like what took me 28 years to build in my body, he got it like that. Very optimistic. They have amazing imaginations, don't they? Don't kids have amazing imaginations? They're always thinking, they're dreaming, they're playing with their toys. They question limitations all the time. You can't do that. Why? You can't do this. And they do this. So they're always questioning limitations. They're not status quo. They're super creative, right? They'll take a stick and make a gun. They'll take they'll do whatever. They're so creative. They're always thinking. They see things we don't see anymore. They're closers. My kids are freaking closers. They have closed me 100% of the time. They are the ultimate salespeople. Period. Like no one could close better than my 2 kids. Oh yeah, your kids could close better than just like, there's something about that. They just close. They don't take no for an answer. They're super confident. Again, who puts on like a hero shirt and feels like they could conquer the world? They have high ego. Now, ego, and we'll get into this later, ego is the sense of one's self-importance or self-esteem and self-worth. So it's not what you think it is. And wait till I rip apart ego, what people think about ego, and that's not negative. It's actually huge. Like it's, hey, I think I have self-confidence, I have self-importance and self-worth. Like, that's awesome. They have pride. Again, pride, what's pride? It's one sense of pleasure or satisfaction for their own achievements. They have pleasure and satisfaction for those and the things around them and the possessions they have. All good stuff. No sin there. They're super playful, right? Kids want to play when? All the time. For how long? As long as they can. They're persistent. Like, when can we go to the park? When can we go to the park? In a second. When can we go to the park? They are persistent. They don't stop. And that's because of their persistence. As a parent, we always give in. It's like, that's it. They have high self-esteem. Kids have high self-esteem. They have high self-security. They are relentless. Again, like persistent. They are relentless. When they're focused on something, this is why I don't believe in ADD at all. When they want something, that shit gets done, plain and simple. When they want it and they lock on, it's done. Now, if something they don't like, they're not going to do it. They get tired, they get cranky, right? So they have no concept of time. Now watch this. You're going to love this. So if you're watching this, you're going to definitely want to hit the like, share, and comment below. Children do not live in horizontal time. We live in horizontal time. Children live in vertical time. They are present. They live in the now. They don't care about tomorrow. They don't care about you. They're like, when do you want to go to the park? Now. When do you want to? Now. Let's play. Now. They live in vertical time. They are the epitome of being present in the moment. They are in the moment. When they play with their toys, they're in the now. Vertical. Very important concept. Kids are full of love, guys. They love like nothing else. They have huge focus, right? When your kid is locked on, they have a more amazing focus. They're super energetic. I mean, play for hours, go for hours. They're curious, right? They're always curious. They're faithful. They really believe. They believe in what they're going to do. They believe in themselves. When they play, they imagine so well. They believe it's happening. Their beliefs are easily formed, right? So they could believe a lie very easily, or they could believe the truth. They're very trusting, super trusting. They're obsessed, and I love this. Kids are friggin' obsessed, just like being persistent and relentless. Now, obsession, we in one of our lives we did a while ago, obsession is what the lazy like to call discipline. It's the lazy word. It's the lazy person's word for discipline or being committed. But when you're obsessed, obsession is the actual tool that, when it's focused correctly, you really could obtain anything you truly desire. And what I love this, the number one question that all kids ask is what? Why? All the time. They question limitations, and they only want to know one thing, why? Because they're trying to, when they ask why, they're not being a pain in the ass, even though we feel like it. They are trying to find their own truth in the situation. Go to bed at 8 o'clock. Why? It's time to eat now. Why? I'm not hungry. Like, they're questioning why, and when they question why and you get upset, it's because you're spitting out the things that you were told the reason why. And a lot of times when I try to really truly answer the reason why, I'm like, yeah, you're right. So yeah, there's nothing special about 8 o'clock to go to bed. Okay. Not that, you follow what I'm saying? So they question, they ask why on everything because they're developing their truth. They're developing their belief system. So when I look at all these things right here and all those characteristic traits, understand this. Our kids are a kid. I looked at them like, this is amazing. Look at these characteristic traits in these kids. And I was somewhat slightly myopic, thinking it was just my kids. I'm like, no, it's not my kids. It's every kid. It's a kid who's born in Africa somewhere. It's a kid who's born in Antarctica, and there's a kid who's born in Houston, Texas. So like, this is across the board. I'm like, these are amazing characteristics. In fact, these characteristic traits are so amazing. Adults and business people pay 50 grand a year to go to seminars and masterminds. They hire a coach for 60 grand a year. They buy books. They go to, seminars. They have audios playing. They're going to Anthony Robbins concerts and jumping up and down and up and down. And they're trying to, I'm saying, oh my God, we're all looking to train and get these characteristics. We're looking to personal development. We're looking outside of us. This is big, guys. Ooh, this is good. I got chills. We're looking outside of us to get these traits in our lives because we're thinking, man, if I had those traits, I would be successful. And the thing is, kids never went to an Anthony Robbins concert. They never read a book. They never spent a dime in masterminds. They never went to whatever personal development course there was. You know why? Because all of those traits, which are the most amazing heroic traits in the world, we were all born with. They were innately in us the entire time. And that's the sad part of it. Life and people, they're searching for something that was always in them the entire time. They forgot. And I'm asking you to remember every single one of those traits, those characteristic traits, that was us. That's not in a kid. The difference between a kid and me at 41 is I'm just a bigger kid. Like, there was no time when I took on a new body. Like, we are still that kid. So what the hell happened? All those amazing traits that people pay millions of dollars for, and they're trying to get something that they had the entire time. It's about remembering. So I'm asking you, you were born the hero. These traits, all these traits, the confidence, the playfulness, the pride, the ego, the imagination, the relentless, the obsession, the optimism, the imagination, question limitations, being creative, being curious, faithful, love, all of that is you. It's always been you. So now you're waking up to and going, you're right. I know I'm right because it's the truth. Then you're thinking to yourself, well, what the hell happened? Well, that's what happened. Last week, teachers, preachers, society, dogmas, they educated, they medicated, they promoted. Status quo really shaped you and really put all those characteristics. They didn't kill them. They put them through society and through trying to fit into culture or whatever and living out other people's values. We kind of hid them in a prison deep down inside us. And that's your hero. So all those things, that's a quality of the hero. That's what we have been inborn with that. Like that was our default characteristics as we were born and as we went through life, situations, experiences, all those people in our lives, living out other people's values, they didn't rob us from that. We silently hid them away. We silently put them away. But I'm here to tell you that they're still there. So remember today, if you remember one thing, that you were born the hero. Those characteristic traits that you're reading books and Think and Grow Rich and all that stuff out there, you're looking for something. You're searching for something, and that's the issue. You're searching for something that's been inside you the whole entire time. So you don't look out. I'm asking you to look in. Remember. So how do you remember? Just like this. You remembered. Watch this again. Share this. Go, you know what? I am playful. I am imaginative. I don't feel optimistic right now, but that's who I am. That's the real me. That's why when I listed off these qualities, you got excited. Because when you get excited or inspired is the call to become the real you. Inspired is the call to actually allow yourself to be who you were created to be. So when you read these things, you understand that that is you. You are confident. Well, I haven't been well, you are. So that feeling of not being confident or scared, that feeling, that hero guidance system, that's not congruent with who you are. So you guys start saying, like, it's not about saying, but now start living it. So get playful, get imagination, start dreaming. Realize that this has always been me. And then all the other bullshit that you believed about yourself, all the negative stuff, now you know that wasn't me. That's never been me. I never been born with that. That didn't come with the package when I was born. All these things were learned. Insecurity is educated. It's not inborn. I'll say it again. Insecurity is educated. You learn to be insecure. It was never birthed in you. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this today. This was super powerful. I have it, again, goosebumps, because it's one of those things that, you know, when I started becoming childlike again, and I was really inspired by my kids because they helped me get through it, because I was looking at kids and saying, listen, you know, this is a part of my life I was holding off. And when I was really thinking about this, no one was ever talking about this. You know, I was like, holy cow, this is like, you know, and when you realize like, wow, this is like information that'll change the world and set people free. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I love talking about this. Once again, if you want to keep this conversation going, just keep putting the comments below, hit the like, hit the share. Also, follow us on social. You got Instagram, of course, you got Facebook and YouTube. We keep the content rolling every single day on stuff like this. Also go to IamHero.com. And IamHero.com, I have 4 masterclasses for free on me to you guys. And one is called the Hero Secret Sauce. That's just, you know, the exact characteristics that allows you to be the hero in anything you do. Number 2 is 1 month to win. To realize that you're winning on a daily basis. And I'm going to show you that you are. Number 3, I am value. Knowing that you are valuable. You know, you are valuable. And what you think and who you are and your product, service, idea are valuable as well. And how to let the public know that. And then time expansion. I know we can't make more time, but you know what? I'll show you how to expand it. So just go to IamHero.com. Check out the cool masterclasses. They're on me. Enjoy it. Please DM or message me. Comment below. I'll answer those questions. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon with Hero Fuel.